Hi, I'm Tim. Welcome to Watchbox, and thanks for logging on. If you love this watch, email me, tmosso@thewatchbox.com. It's in the description below. The purchase and pricing question email line for your questions about buying this or any watch you see here on Watchbox Reviews or our website. Email me at tmosso@thewatchbox.com. Today, we're discussing the 200-piece 2015 limited edition Lange Sohne 1815 200th Anniversary F.A. Lange, a tribute to the birth year of the founding father of German watchmaking. The timepiece is platinum 40 millimeters in diameter and 9 millimeters thick. As you can see, the watch being slender and a manual wind on the wrist, 47 millimeters lug to lug with a spacing between the lugs of 20 millimeters. It's broad, flat, and comfortable. We'll put it on my 16 centimeter circumference wrist. It is the perfect three-hand watch. Black galvanized dial, platinum case, low with a domed bezel that slides easily underneath any cuff. I recommend it for wrist as small as 13.5 centimeters circumference. Now, taking a quick look at the hardware and the software, the strap, as you can see, is large rectangular scale alligator leather, semi-gloss, a little bit of bolstering to give it some body. There is a folded edge and a monotone black stitch. As you can see, this is a brand new Lange Sohne factory strap, calfskin on the bottom, no gouging or crimping. You'll be the first to gouge or crimp using this. The Lange pin buckle, as you can see, engraved letters, media blasted at their base. There's also some fastening externally, and as you can see, a few clever features I always shout out when I review these. As the prongs are lower than the bridge, so the bridge elevated over the prongs, the strap sits inside the buckle rather than stacking under it, and there is a restraining bar. So as I tend to use the smallest hole, I have a small wrist, or even make smaller holes, you know, if you have that small wrist, sometimes the strap will get pinned on the pin. So to prevent that from happening, there is this restraining bar to prevent the strap from being held too closely to the pin and fixing it to your wrist. Clever, and that's just the buckle. The case band is handsome with the characteristic Lange lugs stepped out from the mid case. Longitudinal satin finish. There is a step from the mid case up to the bezel, which is domed, and then there's polish with a little bit of a faint transitional bevel on the edge of the lugs. Turn it all around. You can see the crown, branded Lange Sohne, polished domed style bezel, giving way to a dial that, although galvanized black, is made of sterling silver, so precious metal inside and out. You have that sterling silver dial, galvanized black with a railroad style minutes track outboard, white gold hands. You can see alpha at the center, and then needle style with a diamond-style counterweight for the sunken sub-register. The dial is all matte black, and as you can see, there's also a sunken center dial. There's a lovely vaulted Lange Sohne script across the top of the dial, which I like so much more than the flat script. The font, the numerals, as you can see, is a tribute to the pocket watch era. They don't call it 1815 for nothing. And then the timepiece has one notable refinement for setting. Pull the crown, there is a stop seconds or hacking mechanism. Turn the watch over, well, this is where the fun starts with any Lange watch. Caliber L0511, manual wind, 21,600 vibration per hour beat rate, stop seconds, 55-hour power reserve, pivots on 23 jewels, and it is entirely hand finished. Let's talk about what you're seeing. 30 meters water resistant, so it's not perfect. It's not a sports watch, but then again, you've got the new Odysseus for that. Three-quarter style bridge, a reference to the pocket watch era when both barrels and the whole drivetrain would be under one bridge. You also have the German silver material, nickel copper zinc, with the copper giving it this golden hue as opposed to the rhodium-plated brass of Swiss movements. There is mirrored anglage on the edge of the half bridge for the balance, as well as the three-quarter style bridge. Black polish on the case clamp screws, as well as the swan's neck regulator and the cover to the escape wheel. You have golden chaton fixed in place by fired blue screws, and those chatons are a nod to the pocket watch era when machining standards for bridges were less than what they are today, rather imprecise. So you press the jewel into a precise chaton, and then you fix the chaton to the bridge using the screws. Old style, fired blued screws and black polished both. And of course, the pièce de résistance. You have the freehand engraved half bridge for the balance, and no two are exactly alike. It features a wonderful nautical, nautilus-like seashell scrolling or banknote scrolling done by hand by an artisan who only creates these components. This is a timepiece that offers everything. A blinding array of colors, textures, tones, and materials on the caseback, and a slick two-tone black and white visage. Only 200 pieces made, celebrate 200 years, 205 years now, since the birth of F.A. Lange with his Lange Sohne 1815.